Thank you for watching. Today I will be talking about my grandfather, Larry Schmidt, who unfortunately passed away last year. I have compiled my thoughts and took a lot of time to consider how to sum up my grandfather's life and all that he has done for me and my family in just a few short minutes. So, how do you sum up someone's life as special as my grandfather? It's not easy, but I'm going to try. There are so many words that have been used to describe him. Caring, loving, fun, faithful, selfless, larger than life, stubborn, a force to be reckoned with, a rock, the fridge, fiercely competitive, the list goes on and on. But first and most importantly was family. This was so important to my grandpa, including my grandmother, his own 5 children, 11 grandchildren, and a great-granddaughter, his siblings-in-law, nieces, nephews, cousins, friends who he considered family. His love for my grandma was an amazing love story that all started with a blind date where neither one liked each other very much. Their love grew, and they gave us all an example of a great marriage, one I can only strive for when it comes to that point in my own life. After 56 years of marriage and some very challenging times over the last few years, their love and faith in each other and family shone through. He loved his children, their significant others, grandchildren, and great-grandchild, whom he only got to meet briefly before passing. He loved knowing what was important to everyone and what was happening in their lives, from coaching, especially from the sidelines, to attending dance recitals, voice recitals, weddings of all our family members, where occasionally he was known to get out on the dance floor and do the worm. True story. Grandpa Mitch, as I used to call him, was always there and loved being there for us all whenever he could. I'm including his friends in this family part because that is what you were to him, family. We are all so thankful for the love and support you showed to him and our family. Which brings me to faith. He had such a strong faith. He was so involved in his parishes, most recently at St. Barnabas in North Carolina, where he was a Knight of Columbus, the church handyman, played in the folk group and the bell choir, and participated in the couples club. Here in New York, he played guitar with the folk group for years at Immaculate Conception, and we all witnessed how his faith and how important prayer was in his life. The saying of grace before every meal, yes, even in restaurants, and in the last few difficult years, prayer was especially important. Although he decided not to pursue experimental treatment at his final oncology appointment, he had asked my aunt, my grandma, the doctor, to join hands and pray. Now for some lighter fare. Sports. Sports were one of his many passions. While the games themselves were not necessarily important, with the exception of 4 straight Super Bowl appearances of his beloved Buffalo Bills, it was an opportunity to build friendships and relationships, both as a spectator and a participant. He proudly supported his own children and his grandchildren throughout the years at their various sporting events, and his own participation in multiple sports including softball, hockey, tennis, golf, and family Thanksgiving football games, all demonstrated his love for sports. He played and watched sports with such intensity, which many have experienced firsthand. He loved sports, which is what made it so tough when his body wouldn't let him participate anymore, and he had so hoped that the Bills would actually win a Super Bowl. But moving on, finally, to music. He had so many favorite songs that will forever remind us of him. Just to name a few, Charlie Brown by the Coasters, You Can't Roller Skate in a Buffalo Herd by Roger Miller, and Walk Don't Run by the Ventures. I can vividly remember, as a child, him singing along with myself and others in the basement while he played his guitar. He didn't just enjoy listening to music, he loved to play it, whether it was on his electric or acoustic guitars, and he loved to share his passion of playing music with others. From his very first band, The Rockets, to bluegrass jams in Asheville, North Carolina, to playing in folk groups at his church and leading sing-alongs for folks at the retirement home, he shared the gift of music and by his example instilled the love of music in all of us. With that being said, I just want to say thank you all for being here today, and I know that he would most definitely appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the time to share a few words about the wonderful man that we all knew and loved and missed so much, Larry Schmidt.